Hello everyone, welcome to Artmancy. I am the Art Oracle and today I have a wonderful letters from your future self reading. So go ahead and choose from letter 1, letter 2, and letter 3 and let's dive in. So if you chose card 1, you chose the Magician card. And I did receive a letter from your future self, so let's check it out and see what it says. Oh, there's a beautiful card inside. There's something else here. Oh, Magician Tarot card. Look at that. So let's take a look and see what it says inside. It says everything that you want is waiting for you to arrive. Oh my goodness. All right, so let's get further clarification on this Magician card. Universe, give us further insight into these messages from our future self. Some more insight. The moon, the emperor, universe. So the first thing I see in your reading as it pertains to this Magician card is this overall arching theme of potential. I see lost potential. If you're unable to move past over-analyzing and overthinking about things that are not important. In mythology, this princess in this Japanese story represents a lost potential and her loss not to live up to the potential and to see that she was actually more blessed than she realized. This is Princess Kaguya and the tale is called The Bamboo Cutter. It's a multifaceted story, but overall, the tale also speaks to the tragedy of lost potential and regret of not embracing life's opportunities when they arrive. So that's the main arching theme I see in this reading, is that you're going to have to look past whatever these deep-seated emotions are. It's something that you're like contemplating. Maybe you're psyching yourself out, because I also see these two mythological creatures here. These are these raccoons in, I guess, the Japanese culture. They symbolize a mischievousness and a shape-shifting, which is very also akin to the magician. You have like these two hemispheres going on and conflicting. This is a French fairy tale from France called Donkey Skin. The Eight of Swords represents being caught up in your own insecurities. Donkey Skin was forced into hiding to escape a bad situation. Now she is faced with the decision to continue the life she was created or to step out of her self-made prison. So reverse, this card means freedom, new perspectives, taking a stand and healing, like having strength. We need to get you to the point where you are standing in your own power. Like no matter how much these emotions may bog you down, you gotta like stand up straight and start working on whatever it is that you need to work on in order to retrieve what you want. Universe, what is the overall main character energy that we need to show up with in order to claim whatever is waiting for us to arrive? What is that main? The Knight of Coins. Yes, this is perfect actually. You're very Neo from Matrix. I feel like you're in a rut. You're like stuck in a position where you can't get out of. You're stuck in like a very uncomfortable, like lonely, cold cell or pod. But you have this future in this family that is coming from somewhere you really do not expect. It's coming, like it's already there. Neo's future and his family and his destiny was already there. It was just up for him to go out and claim it. He had to choose. He had to choose between the red pill and the blue pill, and that's what you're gonna have to do. You're gonna have to choose which one you want. And this image reminds me of that ending with Neo and his family in the Matrix, how the people looked up to him because he was able to claim his throne and claim his destiny and show up with this emperor energy when he really didn't want to at first. He didn't think that he had it or that there was anything for him. You may want to listen to other people around you that are giving you positivity. Listen to what they have to say, because they're going to lead you towards a better future. I also feel like Neo coincides with this magician energy because he was able to use that magic, that illusion of the Matrix, and to like flip it in on itself and to create something from nothing. Like it was all numbers, it was all digits. It really wasn't there, but it really affected how people saw things. He's really like a new age, futuristic magician, and that's what he did. This is so interesting. That's what you need to do. Like you need to transmute your thoughts
into magic, because it's going to affect people, maybe even on the internet. You may be doing something online that's going to affect people. Because I remember he was in a negative space. He was in like a trickery kind of space, a space that was full of illusions and farces. Neo was in the Matrix. I feel like that's where you are now. You're like in the Matrix. You gotta get out of the Matrix and so you can see the sun. Manipulation. Remember in the movie they were like manipulating them to think that they were alive, but they're really batteries. You feel like someone's feeding off of you right now. Yeah, wasted talent. Yeah, man was like wasted talent. Okay, let's get some further clarification on this because this is interesting. Universe, give us some words of wisdom and overall what we need to know about this Knight of Coins, this magician. Universe, give us some overall knowing about what we need to know about this magician. Angels are all around you, energizing your soul. Pay attention. Pay attention to the things that are going to energize you. Look at that moon. Look at that round shape, that same round shape. It's the same halo that's around his head. It's the same shape that's here. It's all around you. Just don't look at the reflection and turn yourself around. Like there are a lot of these circular shapes here. It's here. It's here. And it's there. And also in the reading, just turn around. Real change starts from inside. Yet again, starts from inside you. All right, number one, that was fun. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next time. Peace.
So if you chose card 2, you chose the Fool card. Right now, there are a lot of you out there that exude an energy of being a free spirit. Right now, there are a lot of things that do not add up as to why it's hard for you to fit into groups. And with this free spirit energy also comes the burden of being a little bit of an outcast or a black sheep. You don't really feel like you blend in with the group, and you're having a hard time finding people with the same like-mindedness as you and the same energy as you. You're having a hard time finding people that will appreciate you for your uniqueness. And your future self is telling you not to worry about that, because guess what? In the future, you're going to be setting the trends and people are going to be following you. And I have a note here from your future self. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what it says. Oh, wow. Isn't that pretty? There's something else inside of here too. Let's open this up. It says, don't follow the trends. In the future, they will follow you. Wow, that is very powerful. And there's something else in here. It's a Fool card. Okay. Your future self wants you to know that although you may not feel like you fit in now, there is something that you're going to do that's going to impact people, and they're going to be following you for a trend. You are going to be a trendsetter. This may be in how you walk, how you talk, how you dress, in the media that you create. It could be in any avenue. People are going to be looking up to you. Do you see these fish down here and how they're looking up to this mermaid figure? They're going to be looking up to you because you take risks. And these risks that you take with whatever you're doing and who you are going to attract people to you because you're doing something different. And that's something that we really need right now as a society, is something unique and something different.
All right, number 2, let's get a little further clarification on this Fool card. And to this letter from our future self, Knight of Wands, Universe, 6 of Cups, and Justice. So for starters, the Fool card represents a desire to start something new. It's you being a free spirit, represent a fresh beginning, adventure, a simplicity, a spontaneity, and an innocence, or an ideal about you. Right now, there are a lot of you in my mind that stand out from the crowd. You may have an innocent aura to you. You may have a childlike feel to your personality. It's something about how you look, how you speak, the things that you create, the things that you work on that make you seem like someone that just really goes throughout the day, not staring at the ground. You're in your mind and you're thinking about the things that make you happy. You're very unique. Like the colors that surround this girl are very outgoing, and I feel like you may not be an extrovert person, but there's something that you do that attracts and also repels people to you. People like appreciate this uniqueness about you, but they also are turned off by it. It's something that makes people feel uncomfortable. And when I see this Knight of Wands energy here, the Knight of Wands represents like a fearless fighter, eager to charge into a battle, especially if it means defending someone or someone you love. I feel like you have this flirty, rebellious, and like rebel energy to you. It's something about how you come off to people that's very bright and colorful. I don't know, maybe you're online and you are in a group online where you speak your mind about things and use very colorful language, and at times it may seem overly passionate to people. So I believe that people keep you at arm's length. I feel like in the past that you've like really gone out on a limb in social settings and with other people. I feel like in the past you have jumped into situations being who you are as you are, and it hasn't gone very well for you. I feel like you've gotten tattered a little bit because you have been too much of an individual, being too much of yourself. Your future self is saying not to follow trends, and I feel like you have gone back to follow old trends or something that people do from the past, and it makes you stand out now because you may be more like people of the past. I feel like if you are like into literature, you're into very old literature, maybe like Oscar Wilde, and you're reading things about Oscar Wilde and you like his swag and the things that he says and the way that he uses language, and it doesn't really fit into our world now, but it's like a classic. It's like something that's never gonna go out of style. Like Oscar Wilde, for example, he was a trendsetter and a literary trendsetter of his age, and he ended up going to jail because what he was saying about being gay and the things he was saying about politics and the social settings at that time were not gelling with people. And I kind of feel like that's how you are. I feel like it's lonely at the top for you. And in this image, I see a lot of things about holding things up. I feel like you uphold this image that you have, and you're not afraid to be who you are. But I feel like you have been thinking about following a trend, and I don't think that this is something you should embark on. You have a lot of courage and curiosity about things. This letter would serve as an encouragement to your past self to live authentically, to cherish your individuality, and to approach life with courage like the Fool. Like this image is like the same thing as this. Like he's holding this up, the little hobo bag with the stick. I feel like that's the same as here. And even the animal at the bottom reminds me of this. They're both facing the same direction. You're doing something that's very different that I feel like people it's hard for them to warm up to. Just remember to do it in a way that you don't fall off this cliff. Like it's even a cliff here. Just make sure you do it in a way that is going to be authentic to yourself. Continue to look up and be this fool and to go after this ambition or do whatever you're doing in your own manner. Like even the flame here reminds me of the flame there on the coat. Like this is the same image. It's the same image. You're spontaneous, but at the same time you're very innocent. I feel like you may have like a humor people don't get. Maybe you say things that people don't understand, and it like turns them off because they're not prepared. Like they don't have the intelligence. I just want to get some further clarification on this energy of not following trends. Universe, what do we need to know about this main character energy we should have? Universe, what do we need to know? Temperance. More of these 2 cups. So in the movie Shawshank Redemption, Morgan Freeman says, "Goodbye to a friend. I have to remind myself that some birds aren't meant to be caged."
Sometimes it makes me sad, though. Andy being gone. I have to remind myself that some birds aren't meant to be caged. Their feathers are just too bright. And when they fly away, the part of you that knows it was a sin to lock them up does rejoice. But still, the place you live in is that much more drab and empty that they're gone.
Oh my goodness, you guys. This is the temperance energy right here. This is your main character energy. You're like Morgan Freeman in Shawshank Redemption. And as soon as you leave, these groups that act like they don't like you, they missed you when you're gone. I feel like right now you're pouring your cup into your own cup. Like you're building yourself up. And you need to keep doing that. And I'm proud of you for that. Keep doing that. Because when people notice that you're gone, they may not act like they like it when you're there, but they notice. You're like a caged bird. If you remember in the movie, he was surrounded by people that were locked up, corrupt, people that were in different groups in the prison, and essentially him and his friend did something different and unique to break out of that situation. They stood out, they stood apart from everyone else by doing something different and using a skill and using their talent and using their mind and illusions and appearances to break out of this captivity and to no longer be a caged bird. Like if you see like this energy here is like almost, he believes he's gonna fly if he leaves that cliff. And that's what you need to do. That's the need to have. There's an aura around him. He's just radiating in his environment and it's just standing out so much. Even though they look like everybody else, you may look like other people on the outside, but there's something that you have that is unique. In the end, they make it to the ocean and they have freedom, and he finds his family in the end. Although when they were trapped in that community, it was terrible. So let's just get a little further clarification on this reading. Following the trends. Give us a little clarification on this energy of not following the trends. You will not stand in the shadow of another. Period. This is what I'm talking about. You will not stand in the shadow of another. What more do I need to say? Bask in the sun, glow, radiate, keep that fiery energy. Don't worry about the groups that didn't accept you, because in the end, you're going to see the justice. They're gonna get their just desserts. And you know what? This was so much fun, number 2. Thank you so much for tuning in, number 2. I will see you next time.
So if you chose card 3, you chose the 4 of Cups. And I just received a letter from your future self. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what it says. Oh, that's so beautiful. Take care of me and don't forget about me. Wow, that is very impactful. And there's something else here. It's the 4 of Cups. Isn't that ornate? Your future self wants you to know that you need to take time out to take care of yourself. You're taking care of other people, and this can cause a blind spot where you don't find any enjoyment in the things that you love doing because you're always giving to others. Find time to take care of yourself and think about your own feelings and what you put in your body and what you put inside of your mind and the things that you watch and think about.
All right, number 3. So let's get a little further clarification on this 4 of Cups card. Universe, tell us what we need to know as it pertains to the 4 of Cups. 9 of Cups, 3 of Wands, and the 7 of Coins. Overindulgence or a lack of focus, a blind spot or a missed opportunity. It's something that you're not quite looking at straightforwardly. I feel like you may have been overindulging in something. Let's say you meet a new guy, you guys have been going out for drinks. The 9 of Cups represents addiction sometimes. It can represent health-wise overindulgence or taking too much in the things that are used for a celebration rather than just on a daily basis. 9 of Cups, it can mean dreams realized and fulfillment. And it's just a card of pleasure, but I feel like in this instance it's a warning. I feel like this card is a warning to you about something that you have been taking part in. Maybe like a pessimism, or you've been taking part in a feeling of disconnectedness. I feel like maybe you've been too focused on partaking with other people or in a relationship, and you haven't been really focused on yourself. Like you underestimate how important you are. You're looking up at something and it's got all your attention. This could be something that you're doing. I feel like right now things are fine. I don't feel like you have yet gone into the fire. You haven't went into the fire. You haven't sacrificed yourself yet, as with this 7 of Coins and this Aztec card. This is a card about like sacrificing yourself because you're not taking care of yourself. You're forgetting about yourself. You're busy looking at this whatever this is that has you distracted, it doesn't have to be a person. It could be something beautiful that you're focused on. Maybe you have like a career in fashion and you're worried about how you present yourself to other people. And you're very worried about like this mirror image that you're presenting to other people. Because I also think of like reflections in water and mirrors. Like you're worried about how you look or how someone else looks. Maybe you're making clothing for other people and it's just taking up a lot of your time and resources and you're not really able to like focus on yourself. Maybe you're doing makeup for other people and you've been like kind of running yourself ragged. But yeah, the next card I see is the Three of Wands. And this card is telling you to look up. Like turn around, take your focus off of whatever this is for just a moment, like not permanently. Because there's something looming in the background. Like there's something that may be difficult to come if you don't focus and take your attention away from whatever this is to focus on what's ahead, because the next rung you might miss and fall into this. And it has something to do with you and how you take care of yourself. Like you've forgotten about yourself. You need to like get back on this path of focusing on you and remembering not to miss these rungs that this ladder you're trying to climb up. Like if you are in an industry where you're doing things for other people, you're pampering other people or catering to other people, maybe you have a catering business and you're feeding other people really good food that's good for them, but when you get home, like you're eating crap because it's fast and easy, it's going to lead you into a position where you're not going to even be able to help them no more because you're going to be in this fire. And I don't mean like a literal fire. I mean like if you get a health problem or if you get a problem with your business or a problem with your self-esteem or a problem with your mental well-being, it's going to like ignite a feeling of urgency that you need to follow through with, and you're gonna have to rush to like fix this problem in the end when if you can avoid it. You're not there yet. This is a warning. This is not a future. This is a warning about a possible future if you continue to look this way or move forward. Look underneath you because these wands are here. The Four of Cups could also symbolize depression. There may be some of you out there who are reminiscing about something that you had with someone. And it's time for you to like come out of that and to move forward. Because if you don't, it's gonna lead you back into a bad situation. I feel like you may have been with someone. And if you think about those times that you had together, it could lead you into a situation where you're back with them or in a bad situation with them. Like you have all the people are offering you other things. Men are offering you other like options to be with them, and you might be like so focused on these cups that you didn't really have opportunity to drink out of, because the Four of Cups are just like these cups that are lying like on the ground that you're contemplating and thinking about when you're being offered something, but you might be depressed. You might have to reevaluate things and like move forward and move up this ladder, or you're gonna fall into this pit of depression about someone when you have something available right in front of you. I think right now you need to acknowledge if you feel overwhelmed. Right now I think you need to acknowledge if you feel overwhelmed. Like that fly just came and laid on this Three of Wands. Like the fly represents perseverance and persistence, and he landed on this Three of Wands. So he's like telling you might need to like find a way to survive and make the best out of like any shitty situation. Like flies are very adaptable. You're gonna have to adapt and change. You're gonna have to change your habits. Let's just get a little further clarification on this. Universe, give us a little further clarification on this letter we received from our future self to take care of ourselves. What do we need to know? Main character energy that Queen of Cups. So this is the character Emily from the movie Emily, The Fabulous Destiny of Emily. She does a lot to like change the situation of other people's lives. She's doing a lot and focusing on like a lot, like other people's lives. I think that this is so accurate to our reading because I feel like you have your hands in so many different areas and so many different pots that you're not focusing on yourself. You're not focusing on your own journey, and you need like a little encouragement to step out of your comfort zone, to do whatever this is and put this cup down. Overall, the film conveys this idea that even seemingly small actions can create ripples of positivity and change in the world. Emily interacts with people, and the small things that she does like changes their whole lives. Like, and she finds like beauty in like simple things. I feel like she received this cup here and is holding it. She's finding beauty in simple, like dipping her hand in a sack of grain and topping sugar on creme brulee. Like, I feel like that's what you need to do. You need to like focus on the smaller things in life. Like, take time to meditate, because I feel like you're overwhelmed by something. I feel like Emily has a very vivid imagination that allows her to escape mundane and the mundane world. She dreams of like far off places and events and stories about strangers. And while this is enchanting, it also reflects like a desire to avoid facing reality. And I feel like that's what you're doing right now. You're avoiding facing reality. And like she comes up with these elaborate schemes to help other people, but she's not really helping herself. She avoids her own emotional challenges. And I feel like this is so accurate for you. But she observes other people's lives and like rarely engages with them fully. She's like very detached, although she tries to help people. And I feel like whatever this is you might be getting fulfillment from, it's made you detached from yourself. And you don't need to stop doing whatever this is. Don't stop. Just take a pause. Just to make sure you see this blind spot. Let's just get a little clarification on this reading. Universe, just give us a few words of wisdom that we need to know in regards to being more aware of our self-care, taking better care of ourselves, and not forgetting about ourselves and our self-care. Inhale, exhale. Exactly. Inhale, exhale. Take a break. Breathe. Set time to the side for yourself. Set time to the side to take care of yourself. Take some of your attention off of these other people. Continue to move forward on the next rung of this ladder and think about what's coming next. Think about what's coming in the future so that you're not in a position where you are worried in the present about being in a bad situation with health or in a relationship. Think about getting some help if you're feeling depressed. And remember, it's okay to help others, but don't forget about yourself. All right, that was a beautiful reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you next time. Peace.